So tell me, is you ready, baby? Tell me, is you ready, baby?
Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to the Be Like D channel. It's your girl D coming back to you with another review of Zatima season 2 episodes 13 and 14. These two episodes was good, so let's go ahead and get into it. And so episode 13, it opens up with we left off of episode 12 with Fatima walking to the Dr. Reed's office and Zach in there, his mama and his brother. So apparently it was a whole setup with Zach. Zach was like, I'm sorry, but I knew you wouldn't come if I asked you to come. And I told Dr. Reed, kind of get you here, basically. So then Fatima, you have her back and forth like she gonna leave, but he's saying he don't know how much longer he can keep his mama and his brother here. He trying to do the work, basically. So then she just decides to stay, and she sits off to the side. So then we get the mama and the brother like, is this an intervention? Like, what is going on? And then she, of course, she want her money because he said he was gonna get him money. So then, of course, Dr. Reed saying they ain't gonna get you what you want. You want honesty and you want truth. And so then Zach goes into telling, his mama was actually being disrespectful to the doctor, of course, and she just proves that she ain't shit, basically. Okay. The mama proves that she don't care for Zach. She told this boy when he was 7 years old that she gave birth to him, and whatever happened after that was on him. Bitch, what? Like, who says that? So you know what? We just get more insight into the fucked up shit Zach had going on as a kid. Then he got his brother talking about, I did time for you. You was facing 20 years, and I took that. But then Zach was like, what about all the things that you had me doing between ages, I think he said 9 to 17, because I was a minor, and you had me doing armed robberies because you knew I wouldn't get, he wouldn't go to jail because he a minor. But I'm sure he was in juvenile then too, right? Because you can't get caught with armed robbery and just be getting off all the way now. But so you get to see the levels of things that got going on, especially with his mama's dynamic, this brother's dynamic. And then he said they would take the money, and he said they would take the money, and then he just be in the house by himself, alone in the dark and shit like that. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Whew. And Zach is, just balling this whole time, basically. And then, he got to tell his mama and his brother that he got to cut them off, because what they doing to his relationship is not finna be happening. He said he has found somebody that loves him and he loves, and he ain't finna jeopardize that because of y'all. So if y'all can't come to me sober, don't come to me at all. And I was like, okay, Zach, set your boundaries, okay? Set them up. I don't need this, okay? And I also remember that he wouldn't even have to deal with his mom and his brother if Nate and Tony wasn't saying and talking to the brother and telling him that Zach got money. You already know how Zach feel about his damn family, and you brought them back into his life. That's what really happened. Okay, I know Fatima encouraged him to talk to his mama because she wanted him to work through his issues, but I don't know if Fatima didn't understand the full aspect of that, or she just want him to be able to heal. I don't know. Either or, you should have known it was going to be a roller coaster then. If he had kind of already told you how his mama was. But I guess you got to see it in person to, actually know. But anyway, so he was saying, she was like, well shit, whatever, And then they tell me, oh, you done with us? He's like, yeah, I'm done with y'all, I'm done. She starts talking about his daddy, something like, I don't care about you, motherfucker, something like that. And then she said, I tried to take you to your daddy, but you know what he said? I don't want this motherfucker. I said, oh my gosh. So of course, Zach is still crying, like I said. But he trying to hold it on. He trying to, be tough for the guy. I'm going to take this. I'm going to try to embrace all of these emotions, kind of thing. So then she says that he hit her so hard while she was holding him that she almost fell to the floor. And then Zach said he was your pimp. And she was like, I don't know. Nobody knows who your daddy is. I'm like, oh my goodness. So then now you go to that, okay? Like this mama is horrible, okay? Horrible. So then I think after that, that's when they leave. She leaves because then it became Dr. Reed trying to tell him that he has a lot of patience and it takes people years to confront their family and set those boundaries and all this and that basically. So he's like, so that's great work or whatever, blah blah blah. So then he gets to talking to Fatima. So he got to tell Fatima that I love you. I'm sorry. We can work this out. Blah blah blah. Basically. So then Fatima saying, yeah, I do love you, Zach, but the way you talked to me in that elevator, you was so mean. I said, oh, and that broke my heart when she said that. I said, oh my girl. He was mean, but Zach was like going crazy, right? It was just like a horrible side of him just came out. It was just like, what? Anyway, so then she's like, you're so mean. And then he's like, I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying. Can we work this out? And then she just said she closed off a part of herself after all of this, basically. So then he's like, so you turned off of me, like, what we gonna do? Do you not love me no more? I'm like, she just told you she loved me. Shut up. But anyway, so then she basically said, Dr. Reed, can you just explain to him? Because I did a lot of work in therapy, and I know that it took me a long time before I confronted my parents. And I'm like, I don't know, Fatima, all your therapy sessions not adding up right now because you've got a lot of problems, okay? You be tripping, okay? This is not a therapy bitch, okay? A therapized bitch, okay? She's talking about she did the work. Girl, what work? You was worse than this? But anyway, so then she says, can you explain to him, that you just hit the tip of the iceberg. You still got work to do before you can come to me, kind of thing. But then Dr. Reed was like, okay. He basically tried to explain to Zach that he tried to use construction analogies, and I was just like, I hope Zach really do get this. So he started saying lights being turned off, circuit breakers. Your relationship got a lot of circuit breakers that's making it go dark, but it is still hope, basically. And then Zach like, I spent my whole life in the dark. I don't want to be in the dark alone no more. I'm like, was you in the dark with Karen? But anyway, so then he said, okay, I want to get off of Fatima. Let's talk about your mom. But then they don't show us that part. But then he started crying like, damn, man, I got to face all of these emotions. And I'm just like, damn, this man is a good actor, okay? Because he be having you, okay? Okay, so now we got Fatima and Paul. So Fatima in her car crying. Paul happened to be like, oh no, you're crying. What's happening? I said, oh, Paul, you get on my nerves now. So he give her a towel, a napkin or something. She like, is it clean? I said, I know. He just all of a sudden got a napkin in his pocket. But anyway, so then he said, well, I guess that means our date is off. And then she was like, no, she was trying to say she ain't gonna be much company, but of course he gotta press it. No, like, oh, I could talk your ear off me. You don't gotta talk. You could just be there. I'm like, oh, he is so desperate. Angela and Bryce talking. She ended up calling Bryce to invite him. No. Yeah, she ended up calling Bryce to get his shit, basically. She had all his stuff in the box. There you go. Okay, so because we're done. We're done. But then, of course, he got to be saying, really, we can't do this. All kind of shit. But then she was trying to say, oh, have you talked to Zach? And she said, I seen him around there working. I'm like, You've been talking to Zach a lot of times in these last couple of days. Don't be trying to play. Talking about, yeah, we see each other around, you know. But she was saying, well, him and Fatima broke up, so he gonna be wilding soon. I said, look at her throwing shade. So then he starts saying, you know, him and Zach ain't really just that cool yet, and that she was basically trying to tell him that, you know, what do you don't blame him, right? He was like, yes, I do, because like I told him it won't happen again. I'm like, nigga. It shouldn't have happened in the first place, okay, Bryce? You are not getting this. So give him time, because that was some, you know. Teammate actually ended up coming in and breaking it up for her. So then she was like, yeah, he was just leaving. Go ahead. She's like, we can't be friends. No. Bye-bye. So then Angela and Fatima sit down and talk. She says, you know, she just came from, you know, therapy session with Zach and his mama, and that it was sad and all this and that. But then she said, but she not taking his ass back right now. Like, no. Like, she was like, I'm doing me right now, basically. So if it hurts Zach in the process, it's gonna hurt Zach, okay? Like, I'm looking out for myself. And I'm like, I get that, girl. I get it. But then you is still trying to low key teach him a lesson, so I don't know. So she's like, so you trying to punish him? I'm like, yes, exactly, Angela. She playing games. Is this how to be? What is it? Two can play the game? Is this two can play the game? You trying to gut punch that ass? Okay. Anyway, so she's like, she's still going out with Pop tonight. Okay, so she finna go get ready. Then we get to damn Zach at home. He finally coming back home. So I guess he was at the damn doctor all day. You got along. He had money like that, or appointment. What was this? It was a doctor that intrigued with Zach. They was having a long talk, and he was crying the whole time because everybody can tell that his eyes is red. Nate and Deja at the house while he pulling up to the house. So Deja asked, why your eyes red? You been crying? I'm like, goddamn, Deja. The bitch be funny, but she need to go, okay? But she starts Nate saying that she was, you know, he had to help her out because her back hurt, all this and that shit, dumb stuff. And then you know, she's still throwing it in her face. Hey, you been served yet, huh? Has she been served? All this and that. And of course, Zach's saying, "No, you need to chill. You need to let that go. You need to stop." So then, she also, what she said, she was like, "No, I ain't gonna stop." She's like, cause she ain't spare me. That go in his house. He's like, "Man, I ain't dealing with y'all." And then Nate ends up having a conversation with Deja, like, "What you talking about? A lawsuit, right? Like, what you talking? What's that? Getting served?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm suing her." She was like, "You might want to let that go." I was like, look at Nate trying to sound like he got some sense in this conversation, okay? This is how low we gotta go for you to make sense, Nate. Or y'all trying to bring him back around, cause nobody like none of their damn friends on this show. So we trying to turn their character around, okay? He finna go through the life lessons he need to go through. So then he was like, "Nah, you might want to let that go." And she was like, "Why? I don't care." She's like, "Because Fatima work at a law firm." She's like, "I don't care about this." She's like, "So when they parade all your clients out, what you gonna do?" And then she's like, "I ain't worried about that. I don't care about that either." He's like, "But you got to think about it. We was trespassing in they jacuzzi, and what she said in they jacuzzi." And then when they say you climb up the pole and come back down, I said, what the hell? Okay. But she just like, damn, you right. So then instead of just seeming like she gonna let it go, she kind of made it seem like she gotta go think about another way to get her ass. And he said they got it on camera. That's what he said. I was like, I don't think they got it on camera. I think he was just making that shit up right there. And I was just like, okay, he's trying to stand up for his friend now. Interesting. So then he goes in and he want to talk to Zach. Zach ain't in the mood for that shit. Zach he like when you like you been crying. He's like, man, I done had a long day. I really ain't trying to deal with you, and I'm tired of everybody. I'm tired of everybody trying to break us up. Okay, everybody trying to break us up, and then they like everybody. He's like, yeah, nigga, you all the stuff you been doing. Like, come on, bro. I'm like, you know what? This is true. Ever since Nate seen her hugging Ian's ass, he was right on the train of, no, bro, you can't trust these hoes. You can't trust that hoe. Okay. Fatima was the enemy after that. Okay. Even though I think she was the enemy already, because remember he was like, you need to be single, Zach, when you got this kind of money, because he want to be the tag along ass nigga. Okay. But so Zach got like, um, uh, everybody trying to break us up, man. And then he just tell him he needs to go. Like, I just want to be alone. Can you leave? And Nate was like, I talked to her about the lawsuit thing, and I told her to stop that. She was like, man, bro, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you put her up to that. I was like, well, damn, Zach. Tell him how you really feel. Now we got Fatima ready for her date, and she waiting on Paul to get there basically. So then they hit a knock at the door. He like she was about to go answer the door. So then Angela was like, no, I want him to get the full effect of this girl. I was like, oh, this is a cute little mama. She's like, bam. Then she see that it's Zach, and she try to be like, oh. Fatima try to hide, and then he's like, is Fatima here? And she's like, no, she's not here. He's like, Fatima, I saw you. I'm like, y'all play too damn much, okay? So then she ended up like, she's like, oh, let him in. So then she gotta get her. Yeah, I'm going on a date. And he's like, man, look, Fatima, I didn't sleep with Connie. And then Fatima was like, okay, bro. And he's like, I know you don't believe me, but I didn't. I was like, okay, tell her that. But then he didn't get no, like, I said that because I wanted to sabotage our relationship. I would have felt like you got therapized. But he didn't explain that. He explained that to the damn daddy, but he didn't explain it to Fatima that he was trying to hurt her or whatever. But anyway, so then she's just like, whatever, Zach, it don't matter, because you might as well have did, because I've been sleeping with Paul. I'm like, oh, Fatima, see, I told you on that bullshit. I've been sleeping with Paul, so And then he just like, you really did that? You really did that, Fatima? She's like, yeah, and I'm gonna do it again tonight. I said, girl, you so full of shit, man. But at the same time, Zach kind of do deserve this, okay? Just for going off and for lying. Shut up, stop lying. You over there talking about you slept with Connie. But anyway, so then she's like, well, I gotta go. I got a date. Oh, well, no. When they sent Angela out, then she come back in talking about Fatima, your ride share here. And she, to make Zach not follow her, she all like, Zach, you want to sit down for some wine? I got some wine. And then Fatima, y'all like, Fatima, come on, man, stop playing, stop. And of course she leaves, and then Angela looking at Zach like, okay, you can go now. And Zach sits his ass down talking about, you said you had wine, right? I said, I know he did. So then he says that Fatima, he fucked up, looking at us basically, and then he started telling Angela that he know all y'all don't want them together, and y'all think he's so messed up and he's such a bad person. He don't want her to beat up on him too. I'm like, well, why you sitting in her kitchen? But of course she just like, no, Zach, how you gonna tell me how I feel about you? Like, come on. I'm like, you know what? That's true. Don't tell me what I think about you. That's what you think I think, okay? But then, so she says, well, hush up and let me tell you, okay? You are smart. I think you're smart. I think you're handsome. I think you're have a great relationship with Fatima. You have the potential for a great relationship with Fatima. I'm just like, okay, okay. It was but you know what? I don't want you with her because you hurt her, and I don't want her to be hurt again. And then he was like, it ain't like I hurt her on purpose. And she's like, that's worse. Oh. And then he was like, he said, yeah, he said, well, she mentioned, sleeping with Connie. And then he was like, I didn't sleep with her. She was like, well, she think you did. So he was like, yeah, I went over there. I did. I was going to do it. But when I got there, I couldn't do it. Because I love that girl. Zach got on his lover boy. I need my woman. Okay. That's what he playing right now. So she just like, well, I'm gonna just let you know something about Fatima. When she gone, okay? And he like, man, I fucked up. And then she was just like, well, move on, okay? You gotta move on. He's like, I can't. I love her. Fatima is mine. She's mine. I said, oh, she mine. Okay, Zach. And that's how episode 13 ended, okay? Episode 14 opened up where we left off. Zach, leaving. I'm going to do what I got to do. Fatima is mine. She's mine. So then, Angela go ahead and call Fatima like, girl, can you talk? He just left and, Fatima like, nah, Paul in the restroom, go ahead and talk. So then she's like, what does Zach say? No, you know what? I don't care. I'm like, girl, see, you was all like, what he say? No, don't tell me. You know what? I don't even care. I'm like, girl, you fake. You care a lot, okay? Because that was your first question. But then Angela like, you know what, girl? I'm just tell you, he said he not giving up. He said he gonna get you, girl. And she's like, I know. I'm like, oh, so he finna chase you. So then she said, but talking to Zach made her think about Bryce. And, she liked Bryce. Which, she did like Bryce. But it just made her feel sad about Bryce. But then Paul comes back to the table. They get off the phone. So then Paul and Fatima talking. Fatima just like, you see how these women looking at you? He's like, what? No, I don't see these women. They want you until they realize I'm a contractor. Then they like, who your boss? I'm like, what is with this guy's issue? Like the way they be thirsting over Zach broke ass when he was broke, and you look like this, you fake, okay? Everybody fake. But anyway, so that's his whole issue. And then remember the first part of the season, he was telling her that she his type. She looked like everybody, how all his girlfriends look. I'm like, that's a creepy thing to say, okay? Creepy. Anyway, so then she just like, okay, well, it's some hard working women out here, okay? Then he tried to be like, your body's here, your mind's here, but your eyes aren't here. I was like, what? I was like, you could have said her eyes was here, but her mind ain't there because her mind is on Zach. Like, come on now. But then he was saying that, he can tell that she's sad, even though I guess she's being present. She's being present for him, but you can also tell that something is wrong with her. And then she was like, oh, you trying to Dr. Reed me? And I'm like, girl, he sure did. And he's like, well, I notice things basically. I'm smooth like that ass nigga, okay? So then he basically tell her, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. No, she ain't, because you said everybody look like all your exes look like her. So she like he said, if you give me a chance, basically, he kept saying, I can show you what I can do. And then she was like, and what does that mean? I was like, exactly what I can do, or the man I can be. And then he wants to switch it to the man I can be for you. And she's just like, okay. ready to go to the club. I'm like, why would he want to go back to the club that she just sung a song to Zach at? But okay, they going back to the club. Angela got Bryce. She calls Bryce, and she like, you want to meet at the club? I'm gonna go to the club, and then she's like, cause I want to talk. But then he was like, how we gonna talk at the club? I was like, okay, he got it right there. How y'all gonna talk at the club? And he was like, well, I'll just come back over. I'm not that far. I can just come back. I was like, that's what Bryce be getting too. He be a little too desperate. I come back right now. I can. I'm right here. So then she's like, okay, just come back. So then they talk, and he basically saying that he's trying to convince her about, like, you really not into that stuff, like you ain't into threesomes and stuff, like you ain't did nothing wild. And she's like, I mean, yeah, I did, but like we was into the guy. And then he was trying to be like, okay, you did something, like maybe we can work something out. But she's like, well, no, you're not for me. When he was talking about, no, I met a girl. I mean, she introduced me to some people, and I was like, fuck it, in the moment. So she was like, okay. But then I don't like how she tried to play him like he needs to go to therapy, because Zach is going to therapy and he needs to talk to Zach. And then she was saying that he needs to go to therapy because he liked to have sex with men, basically. I was just like, hold on, Angela. No, we can't be doing that. So, but and he kind of checked her in that moment too, but it was like, okay, she going left now. At first she was trying to be like understanding, but then she still got feelings for him, and then he tried to play it up too. I guess he tried to he ignored that after that, because then he tried to be like, but you miss me though, huh? I said, not Bryce hitting that you miss me. So, but they ain't off for you. We can be friends. We can try to be friends again, kind of thing. But then I think she knows she's put her foot in her mouth too, because at the end, when he left, she was like, fuck. Fuck, I fucked up. And fuck, I still love him. I think she was falling for him, wasn't she? Because they was dating supposed to be a while on the low. So she had feelings for him too. And then just to abruptly cut it off, that is kind of intense, I would say. I would think so, because she want to be strong, like, no, that ain't right. But then she also like, he's still a nice person. So she's trying to deal with her little feelings about that. So now we at the club again, the open mic night place, and Fatima and Paul are talking, and we find out Fatima used to want to be a singer, but she saying the music industry is terrible, it's the worst, so that's why she not in it. But it worked out because now she love what she do. So then Belinda's ass walk up, and then Fatima's just like, this bitch. And here she go with her same old spiel. She gotta tell Paul, we used to be friends, but I did some foul stuff. I tried to sleep with her man, and I shouldn't have did that. I was stupid. Here go Paul. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. I'm just like, Paul, why are you talking to this woman, okay? So then Fatima just like, like, girl, just get away from the table. Can you leave? Because she's trying to have a whole conversation. I'm trying to stay out of our friendship. And then he just like, we ain't trying to, ruin all night. So can you, like, leave? And then she was like, I ain't gonna be the one to ruin y'all night. But, he is. And then they show Zach's ass at the bar. She's like, oh, and now he knows y'all right now. So then Zach comes over, and he just like, Fatima. She's like, yeah, I'm on a date. Like, he's like, yeah, you on a date? Really? And then he go, Paul, yeah, really? Ain't nobody paying attention to you, Paul, okay? Zach all like, oh, he sat down and everything, pulled up a chair to their table. And he like, does he make you laugh the way I make you laugh? And she like, actually, yes. And then she looking at Paul like, and then he was like, oh, really? What y'all be talking about? She's talking about everything. Politics, theater, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, that's whack. Oh my gosh, too funny. That was the way he said it. I was like, you know what? That's some real shit. She knows she playing. She knows she trying to play. I'm like, yes, we talk about everything. It's amazing. And then he was like, don't you want me to hold you? Don't you miss me? You want me to hold you right now? She like, no. It was like, he don't fit you like I fit you, cause he ain't for you like me. I said, ooh, Zach hitting her with all the good stuff. He don't fit. He ain't me. You need me. You need that gutter. You need that hood. You need that grit. I said, ooh, okay. And then Fatima just, you know, she gotta act like and then he look at Paul, he like, I love her, so you know, enjoy going home by yourself tonight, boy, okay? Fatima, I'm gonna leave the door unlocked, and you gonna come home to me tonight, okay? You don't know how I kissed you. He said, I started talking about how I kissed your knee up to your thigh, all this and that. And then she was like, no, I need a man that's not gonna hurt me. He did the work already. And he's like, what about if I'm doing it right now with his guy? And he's like, oh, he's a good guy. I was like, oh yeah, he did say a little stuff in between. I was just like, why is he here though? He was adding his little 2 cents. Oh, he's a good guy. Oh, really? They taught you that too? Okay. So then he tells him, you know, she coming home to me tonight. Fatima, I'm gonna leave the door unlocked so you can come home, okay? And then he's like, the drink's on you though. I said, Zach, you stupid. Yeah, she coming home to me, but the drink's on you though. And then he gets up and leaves. And Paul gotta be like, oh really, that's what, how you feel about that? Like, what you think? Like, can you believe him? Wasn't that kind of cheesy? Wasn't that kind of corny, huh? He's telling you bullshit, huh? And Fatima was like, I didn't think it was cheesy. I didn't think he was being slick. And then he was like, oh, now he got you thinking about him. And Fatima was like, Fatima tried to play it cool, like, no, I'm just saying, you only saying that because you a man. I was like, yeah, he is only saying that because he a man and he got played. Because Zach pulled a power card, like, this is my woman. My woman. I'll see her tonight, okay? Zach talking to Nate and he all like, nah, she's still over there with him, you know, and this and that. I said what I had to say though. And then Tony come in too, but then Nate also saying she's still over there with him. Well, you know what, forget that B. And then of course Zach all like, stop calling her that. You gonna stop calling her out her name. That's the last time I'm gonna say that shit, basically. He on his ass and Nate scared, okay? So Nate like, all right, you love this girl like that? Yes. He's like, why don't you like her? You know why you don't like her? And then Tony's like, because she told Lori on your ass. And he's like, and that's your own problems, okay? So he looking like, you right, all right. And then he's like, then Zach talking about, and then you over here messing with this bitch. He talking about Belinda. I said, you sure went from don't call my woman a bitch, but this bitch. So then Belinda ass come over and then he like, I'm gonna ask you and Nate this one time. Did y'all create that fake profile for Fatima? Which that happened at the beginning half of the season when Zach thought Fatima had a fake profile. She saying she dating all these dudes doing this and that, and they actually had what Fatima work and all kind of shit like that. So he was like, you know her work schedule, you know this and that. So did you do the profile? And she like, what? No, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then Nate told me, yeah, she ain't do it. I mean, when she showed me her oh, I'm like, nigga, you so dumb. She showed, she's like, no, she showed me. And then I came and showed you the next morning. That's what it was. Like, I just believed it. I didn't know that she made the shit up. And then they like, damn, she did that shit. Okay. I said, see, she ain't. You want to be her friend? You a snake in the grass ass bitch like this? Okay, that's some old shady ass shit. And then you giving all the you sending out this bitch schedule and location to all the people in the fucking world. Oh no, Fatima, I think you need to shoot her. You need to beat her ass. Okay, she deserve her ass whooping after that. So then Angela show up and she was like, "Oh Lord, Zach, like, no, I hope she don't think I sent your ass here, okay?" And he's like, "No, she don't." And then Zach go ahead and tell her that your friend Belinda is foul. She the one created that fake profile on Fatima, and she's like, "No, no." And then she looking like, maybe, yeah. If she would try to sleep with him after that whole situation that night, the girl, anything is possible apparently. So then, she ended up talking to Belinda, and she's just like, "You did that?" And she's like, "No, I ain't do that, girl. It's too much going on over here." I like deflection. I got too much going on. I can't do this. I was like, "Oh, Belinda, you got to go, girl. She can't pop up no more, okay? She can't pop up no more because then she gonna need to be laid hands or something on her because she can't be trusted. Angela, she gonna be after you, and you don't know what she doing behind your back, okay?" So she just like, okay, whatever, and she push her to dust. Then we get Zach. He want to get on the stage and profess his love to Fatima. I said, I know Duval is not finna sing. Yes, he is. He's like, but I ain't no singer. He was holding his little tune, and then the band went ahead and helped him sing the song. And I don't talk about how much I love you. I don't know some shit. Basically, the story of they little song that kind of represented their story, how much he loved her, and how much he said no when he meant yes ass moments. So it was all cute and Fatima looking like, I don't wanna say I love it. That moment she was sitting at the table, she made that look when Paul looked away. She was looking like, damn, he softened me. So then, after Zach finished singing the song, he opened his eyes and he see that Fatima is gone. So then he just looked like, he like, fuck, man, like, damn, I fucked up this bad. She ain't came back to me yet. There's still hope for tonight, okay? So then we get Fatima she at home at whatever Angela house, I guess, trying to sleep with Paul again. But this was the whole, they didn't even talk, but you understood the moment, okay? You understood that she wasn't feeling the kissing that he was trying to do. So he stopped it, and she looked at him like, yeah, like, come on, this not gonna work. And then next you see her in the house taking off her dress to Zach. I say, oh. Well, Zach was right, okay? She coming home to me, okay? And then we get a Zach and Fatima sex scene, okay? And that was the end of episode 14. All right, y'all, that's the end of my review for Zatima season 2, episodes 13 and 14. Both of these episodes was good, y'all, okay? I was just like, okay. They hit you back in the heart. They made you fall back in love with them again, And of course they had funny moments. And the fact that the way that episode ended had me like, okay. But drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about the episodes. And what y'all think about Belinda's extra shady ass. Like, girl, ain't no way you finna ever be her friend again. And what's gonna happen when Fatima find that out? And also, I'm also wondering, is Fatima the kind of type I would think that she would sleep with Zach that night and then leave and be like, no, he gotta fight a little more. So we'll see, okay? We'll see. So drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about episodes. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Be Like Dee channel, okay?